One of the FTP tools we suggest you use to connect to the MAT server is Filezilla. So if you do a search for Filezilla, you should see filezillaproject.org. Make sure you use this site to download Filezilla, and I wouldn't trust other sites. Okay, so we want to use filezillaproject.org. So let's go ahead and go to their site, and then you just need to scroll down and you're going to download the Filezilla client. So we'll click this button, and now be aware you can download the Filezilla client here, but I suggest you do not. Okay, so this is sniffing out your operating system, but there's a chance, I've heard, that this install might add some third-party software which they might try to advertise to you. So I believe the better thing to do is scroll down and find Show Additional Download Options. We'll select this link, and then go ahead and select the operating system you want to download the client for. Now, I've already downloaded Filezilla, but basically, you'll click on the link, the download will happen, and then you'll install Filezilla. Filezilla will then become available to you. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way. So basically, when you open Filezilla, you will see an interface like so. So what you need to do first is just go up to File, go to Site Manager. Now, I have already created a site for MAT 125, but if this is the first time you're using Filezilla, you would click New Site, and then the site would show up here. Just go ahead and select, and you could name your site. Okay? So again, if it's the first time, you're going to click New Site. Or if you have other servers that you need to connect to, you can create a site for each of the servers. All right, so you'll create your MAT 125 connection. You can call this whatever you like. Then over here in the general, you're going to select SFTP. You want to make sure we are using the secure file transfer protocol. And then enter your host name, mat.miracosta.edu. And I believe the port would be 22. But Filezilla, because it's SFTP, will automatically connect. But you could type in 22 if you like. Now, I tend to login type, I ask for password, and then you would go ahead and use your username. So you would use the credentials you use, let's say, for all of your content at Miracosta. So let's say like logging into Canvas. So you would use your username. We'll leave password open, then you will click Advanced, and the only thing you need to do here is go ahead and establish your default local directory. So you can click Browse, and if you already have a folder on your computer, you can go ahead and target that folder. I happen to be targeting in my documents MAT 125, or you could go ahead and create a new folder and then target that new folder. It's up to you. All right, so I'm going to target my MAT 125 folder in my documents, and we'll click Open. And at this point, all we should need to do is click Connect. So let's click Connect, and as you can see, we are connected to the server. Now, if it's the first time I've connected earlier today, you might get a window, something about a key. Go ahead and just click OK. It'll be fine. So now you are connected to the server. So this panel here is the remote server. This panel right here is your computer. This right here is the folder you targeted when you created your site. In my case, right here, MAT 125. And then this window represents the files you have selected up here. So as an example, if we open web, then we would go ahead and scroll through to our class. In this particular case, in this example, we're using MAT 125 prior, so we'd open this one, and then we would see our student work, and then you will see your individual file or folders which were created for you at the beginning of the semester. So as an example, if I scroll down somewhere in here, I have my own folder. Mine's named different than yours. So if I open this up and then I click on exercise 1, then I see all of my files associated with exercise 1. So if you had a project and you wanted to place it in your folder, then you would just take it from this panel and drag it into your into your student folder. And then the files would show up here. Or vice versa. If you want whole folders, then you can select the folder from here and drag it over. If you want individual files, you could drag individual files, or you can drag them from here. So you can drag drop back and forth. Just remember, down here you're dealing with individual files which are inside this root folder. If you want the entire exercise 1, then you would need to drag it from up here over. Okay? Now, for figuring out your path, so when you turn in a project, and in an instance where you turn in a URL instead of uploading, so uploading an actual document, you would upload your URL for the project. So to do that, you would place your exercise and make sure you name all of your files according to the requirements for each of the exercises. So all you need to do is find, so right here I have my index, okay? I don't want to rename this, sorry. So I have my exercise 1 folder selected, and we want to basically include in our path index.html. So right up here, you can simply select this path right here. So I'm going to copy this, and then we'll bring our web browser up here, and then let's paste. And we need to get rid of the web part here, I believe. I think we do. We'll find out. So what we're going to do is type Miracosta.edu, and of course I always forget it's mat.miracosta, mat.miracosta.edu, and then the rest of that path. We just got rid of one of the forward slash in the web, and then you're targeting your exercise folder, and then your first HTML page is always index. So let's go ahead and add a forward slash index.html, and let's see if I have this correct. So I'll just go ahead and press return, and there is our site. So now you can select this URL, copy it, and then when it's time to turn in your project, this is the URL which you will paste into the panel for turning in your project. All right, so how to go ahead and find and install Filezilla, and then how to set up a site and connect to the MAT server.